Nintendo sucks at cloud gaming. Yeah, there's not really a proper way to put that, so we're just gonna rip the band-aid right off. As someone who uses cloud gaming services like Google Stadia, Amazon Luna, xCloud, and GeForce Now on a daily basis, Nintendo might be the worst cloud gaming experience since the now defunct OnLive. But it doesn't have to be. I played and beat Resident Evil Village on Google Stadia via the cloud while the game was running in 4K. I mean, Nintendo is so bad at cloud gaming that it's feeding into this narrative among the Nintendo player base that cloud is not a valid option, when the real truth is, cloud gaming is fine. Nintendo just sucks at doing it.
Are you listening?
Alright, so if you missed the news this week, during Nintendo's latest Direct, Nintendo announced a slew of Resident Evil games that will be coming to the Switch. With the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3, Resident Evil Biohazard, and Resident Evil Village launching very soon via Nintendo Cloud Gaming. And Nintendo also capped off this announcement by revealing a cloud demo for Resident Evil Village is available right now in the eShop. And admittedly, I was very intrigued for multiple reasons. One, I played the crap out of this game on Stadia, and I was curious to see what Capcom brought over from that experience to the Nintendo version of the game. And two, Capcom literally had this cloud demo available on their website just a couple weeks ago, so I was interested to see if this is just the same demo that was there. And boy was I disappointed. First up, Nintendo. If you're gonna put a timer on the demo, that's fine, but please make sure it's more than 5 minutes. I legit was kicked out of this demo multiple times at key moments of the game. In fact, you know what, let's just stop talking about it and just roll the clip.
Quit your games. Where are you going, little one?
No. Don't like that.
Also, where the hell is the rest of this demo? On Google Stadia, PlayStation, and Xbox, players had access to the castle and village portions of this demo, but for some reason, the Switch Cloud version only has access to the castle. And even then, there's a big asterisk because the full castle demo wasn't even available. On Google Stadia, you start off in that tall vampire chick's bedroom, but on the Switch version, you start off in the hallway before you enter the dungeon, kind of robbing players of the full experience of the demo. And then you had the load times, and we tested both the Stadia and the Nintendo Cloud demos, and the Stadia version of this game was able to reach the start screen in 58 seconds, whereas it took Nintendo almost a full minute longer with the game reaching the start screen in 1 minute and 44 seconds. And speaking of the title screen, this is where I knew it was just gonna be a very rough time, as the Nintendo Cloud demo of Resident Evil Village struggled to manage the simple scarecrow blowing in the wind at the title screen. There was tons of choppiness, lag, and stuff that on the Stadia version of the demo was nowhere to be found. And as I moved further into this demo, the differences between Nintendo and Stadia just become much more apparent. The starting room on Nintendo is dull and missing items, whereas on Stadia, the room is vibrant, well lit, and it looks exactly like the developer originally envisioned it. And as far as controls go, again, Nintendo was just not there. Using my Joy-Cons, I felt like my character was constantly looking past where I wanted him to. Walking and running just didn't feel smooth, and thank God that this demo has aim assist, because I probably would have died a whole lot more if that didn't exist. And I know that I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but none of these issues are on the Google Stadia version of the demo. And even with the final scene where you're being attacked by that creepy hot vampire chick, the Stadia version of that cutscene has so much more color, depth, and detail that when comparing the two side by side, it's hard to even justify wanting to play on the Nintendo Switch. Simply put, Nintendo's cloud gaming efforts suck, and it's giving cloud gaming as a whole a really bad name. Because if you're someone who played this demo, trying out cloud gaming, and now you're like,
see, this is why cloud gaming will never catch on.
Understand that this is not a cloud gaming problem. It's simply a Nintendo problem. Services like Xbox Cloud Gaming, Google Stadia, Amazon Luna, and GeForce Now are offering killer cloud gaming experiences where games can be played on your phones, tablets, Chromebooks, PCs, or even your streaming sticks. And this isn't me saying that Nintendo should stop. I think that Nintendo should continue, but make some improvements on the technology, because whatever that demo was is just embarrassing.